Picture this. You wake up one morning and head to the kitchen for breakfast. As you reach for the cereal box, something about it seems off. You shrug it off, assuming it's just a packaging change. But then it happens again with another product, and then another. Soon, it becomes clear that everything you see around you seems subtly different. Logos are altered, words are misspelled, and memories don't match up. You find yourself questioning what you thought you knew, wondering, am I going crazy? It sounds like the plot of a sci-fi thriller, but for many, this has become a disconcerting reality. Have we collectively lost our minds, or is something more sinister at play? Are we potentially slipping through parallel universes without even realizing it? Join us today as we delve into the strange and unsettling instances of the Mandela Effect, where reality seems to be coming undone at the seams. We begin our journey with Nelson Mandela, a name synonymous with the Mandela Effect itself. For those who haven't heard of it, the Mandela Effect is a term coined in 2010 by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome. She used it to describe a phenomenon where a large group of people share a false memory of a past event or detail. The name comes from the widespread but incorrect belief that a large number of people vividly remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, when in reality, he was released in 1990 and lived until 2013. False memories aren't unheard of. We all occasionally mistake one detail for another or misremember a past event, but the Mandela Effect implies a collective lapse in human memory, a shared amnesia that affects thousands, sometimes millions of people. At first, scientists dismissed it as a psychological quirk, perhaps an overestimation of how much we remember from our past. However, as more and more peculiar examples surfaced, it became evident that there might be something more at play. Take, for example, the spelling of the Berenstain Bears, the popular children's book series. A substantial number of people, including myself, were certain that the name was spelled Bengstainbears. Yet a quick internet search reveals the correct spelling to be Berenstainbears. How could so many people misspell the name of such an iconic children's book series? Then there's the Curious George logo. If you're familiar with this beloved children's book character, you probably remember him sporting a tail. But if you check out the current Curious George books, the illustrations show a monkey without a tail. It's not a recent change either. Images of Curious George from the 1940s also lack the tail that so many people swear they remember. But these are only the tip of the iceberg. There are countless other examples of the Mandela Effect that have left people scratching their heads. The Monopoly Man's monocle, which no one seems to have ever seen. The Oscar Mayer logo, which never had a smiley face in its original form. And the U.S. Air Force, which was never officially called the U.S. Air Force. Even major historical events seem to have been rewritten, like the Berlin Wall coming down in 1989 instead of 1991. It's enough to make you question your sanity. So why do these collective false memories occur? According to mainstream science, the Mandela Effect can be attributed to a few factors. The most common explanation is the misinformation hypothesis. This theory posits that false memories arise from leading questions, exposure to misinformation, or where our brains fill in missing memory gaps with plausible details. Essentially, we misremember things because we've been told things that aren't true. Another scientific explanation is the source monitoring failure model. This suggests that our brains sometimes fail to properly store and monitor the sources of our memories. As a result, we might mistakenly attribute a memory to a source that never existed or misattribute it to the wrong time. Basically, our brains get confused about where and when we learn certain things. While these theories might sound reasonable, they don't fully account for the bizarre nature of the Mandela Effect. Just consider the sheer number of people affected by each phenomenon. Thousands, sometimes millions of people. Misremembering something doesn't seem like a coincidence or a case of faulty memory. It points to a more intricate problem with the way we perceive and process information. Enter the multiverse theory. In the field of theoretical physics, the multiverse is a hypothetical group of multiple universes. These universes are believed to coexist, each representing a different possible reality. Now hear me out before you dismiss it as pure science fiction. The idea that we might be shifting between parallel realities explains some of the perplexing aspects of the Mandela Effect. Imagine each universe as a unique story with its own set of events and details. If we were to slip into a different story, it would make sense that our memories wouldn't align with what we're currently experiencing. This could explain why so many people share false memories. We're remembering details from a parallel reality that we've shifted to. But what could cause such slips between parallel universes? Theoretical physicists propose the existence of higher dimensions, unseen realms, that intersect with our own. If these dimensions are only a few feet wide, as some theories suggest, we might unknowingly enter them and exit them regularly. Each time we do, we could shift to a slightly different parallel universe with variations in historical events, brand names, or even scientific laws. Think about it. If you walked through a doorway that connected you to a parallel universe where the spelling of Ben was actually Bing, you could come back and confidently assert that you always knew the spelling to be Bing. Over time, this could create a collective false memory, where everyone who passed through that doorway shared the same misremembered detail. But how could we ever prove that this is what's happening? While it might seem like a far-fetched notion, the multiverse theory offers a fascinating perspective on the Mandela Effect. It suggests that the bizarre lapses in our collective memory aren't simply errors, but glimpses into alternate realities that exist alongside our own. This brings us to a terrifying possibility. What if someone, or something, is causing these shifts? What if there's an entity intentionally pulling us between parallel universes, manipulating our reality for unknown purposes? It sounds like the stuff of nightmares, but let's explore this unsettling idea further. Consider the precision with which these false memories occur. Millions of people around the world remembering the same detail, down to the smallest nuance. It's hard to imagine how random chance could produce such accuracy. It makes you wonder if there's an external force orchestrating these lapses in our collective memory. But if so, who or what is behind it? Some believe it could be a malevolent entity from another dimension, a being whose intentions are harmful and whose means include bending our reality to its will. Others take a more technological approach, suggesting that a highly advanced artificial intelligence or a secret government agency could be responsible. Maybe there's a hidden program designed to manipulate our memories and control our perception of reality. Although these ideas might sound like the plots of conspiracy thrillers, they raise important questions about the nature of reality itself. Are we really in control of our perception, or are we susceptible to unseen forces that can alter our memories and shape our understanding of the world around us? As we wrap up our exploration of the Mandela Effect and the multiverse theory, remember that while definitive answers remain elusive, the very concept challenges the boundaries of what we think we know. It reminds us that the universe is vast and mysterious, and that there may be things beyond our current understanding. So the next time you reach for that cereal box and find something amiss, or when you spot a logo that seems strangely altered, pause for a moment and question what you see. You might just be witnessing a small blip in reality, a tiny shift in the fabric of existence that connects us to a world where things are quite as they seem. And if you want to dive deeper into the rabbit hole of reality, check out our other videos on quantum mechanics and parallel universes. Who knows? You might just find that our universe is far more complex and fascinating than we ever imagined. In the end, the truth is that we may never fully understand the complexities of the Mandela Effect, or the potential implications of the multiverse. It remains one of the most intriguing mysteries of our time, a puzzle that challenges our understanding of memory, reality, and the very nature of existence. But as long as people continue to experience these strange phenomena, we'll keep searching for answers, hoping to unravel the threads of this cosmic tapestry and discover the hidden patterns within. Because in a world where nothing is as it seems, the only constant is the pursuit of knowledge. And as long as we keep asking questions, we inch closer to understanding the grand design of the universe and our place within it.